Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Solar Photovoltaic Operation and Maintenance for Residential, Commercial and Utility Systems. Now here today to take a look at the labelled value of these solar modules. All solar modules have a label that is very similar to this one on the back of them, and there's a very important area that you need to pay attention to, and it's right here. These specifications are only valid for 1000 watts per meter squared of irradiance at 25 degrees Celsius cell temperature. So this is the cell, and that cell produces these values in this module at that temperature. And it's very rare that the cell is ever at that temperature out in the field. So what that means is all these values that we're looking at regarding wattage, voltage, amperage, they all change with environmental conditions. And this module says 75 watts. It may actually produce close to double that in certain conditions, so you need to be very careful when you're designing these systems that you actually realize that these modules can actually produce far more energy than what they're labeled at. And it's the same with this voltage rating here. This is rated at 600 volts, this module. And basically it means that you can connect these modules in series until you hit 600 volts. But you have to temperature compensate these values to get to this voltage. And it's a very common mistake with inexperienced solar photovoltaic engineers that they forget to do this compensation of these values to get to this. So if you have a system that's exceeding 600 volts, you should run the design calculations. Another mistake is not actually fusing correctly. This module, when it's out in the field, should be fused at 15 amps. And some designers actually fuse them lower, and some fuse them higher. You should never fuse higher on a solar photovoltaic module, because you'll invalidate your warranty. And if you fuse lower, you may start blowing fuses during surge conditions. And if you look at the cover of this book, it shows one of the conditions that can occur, and this is the cloud effect. And when the sun gets in amongst clouds, you get very high irradiance levels on your solar modules, and you may find these current values may actually double. So instead of being a 4.8 amp module, you may be getting close to 10 amps out of these modules under certain conditions. And snow is something else that will actually boost up the amperage out of these modules. And all of these values here, the amperage and the voltage, they are all temperature dependent. And if you don't adjust them for temperature conditions for the area that you're installing into, you may find that you're actually exceeding the voltage of the system. That's highly undesirable. So my recommendations to you when you're actually putting systems together and troubleshooting systems is that you make sure that you know all the values of the system when adjusted for temperature, and also high irradiance values that occur during effects such as the cloud effect and the snow effect. And there's many effects that can affect these values, and they are discussed in the book. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you.